Yes, people, why football here, and welcome back to Arsenal previews. Yes, the international break is almost over. I don't know whether it's just me, but this one has seemed to drag. They all do, but this one especially. We are back to Premier League football, and that means we are back to Arsenal previews. If you're new around here, this is the show where we preview all Arsenal games, every single one, Premier League, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, the whole shebang, and I give you the TV channel that it's on, the background info around the game, streaming alternatives. I give you a bit of team news around Arsenal, a bit on the opposition in this case, which is Norwich, and then my predicted lineup, and finally my predicted score. If you're new around here, leave in the comment section down below your feelings around the game, your prediction. If you get the prediction right, I'll give you a shout when we review the game after in Arsenal reviews. And then while you're down there, please consider subscribing on my road to 600. So yes, Arsenal versus Norwich is a game we are previewing today. 20th versus 19th, the relegation battle, some call it. I think it's an absolute joke that we're down there in the first place. But yeah, we do host Norwich. To be honest, the worst team in the Premier League this season is looking like off the first three games. So the game, I'm gonna start with the TV channel of the game. So the game is played at 3 p.m. on Saturday, the 11th of September, and because fans allowed back into the stadium, they're not showing 3 p.m. games anymore. I think it's an absolute farce, to be honest. I don't know why, but Sky BT decided we're not going to show 3 p.m. games anymore, so you have to find an alternative stream. So unless you're going to the game, I'm going to the Emirates to watch it. You're gonna have to find some stream from somewhere. My options for you would be somewhere like Total Sport Tech or Heads Goal or Reddit Soccer Streams. Just search on the internet about like 5, 10 minutes before the match starts, Arsenal versus Norwich live stream, and then you should be able to find something if you just keep trying. A link would work. Like the American channels like NBC showed them, Bein Sports showed them. I think that's from Qatar. But yeah, you'll find it, but it's not shown live in the UK, which is really unfortunate. But it's just the way it is. It was the way it was before COVID. That was the one thing I liked about COVID, the fact that I could watch every single game staggered times, but it is what it is. If you can find the stream, that's the place I would kind of recommend. But the game is played at 3 p.m. this Saturday, the 11th, at the Emirates Stadium. It is an Arsenal home game. It is our second home game of the season, our fourth game of the season in total, if you count the away ones. And we so far started with 0 points, bottom of the table, only to Norwich. You also have 0 points, but we've got a worse goal difference. So both teams running into this game have absolutely no form. I'd assess the form saying we're on good form, they're on bad form, or we're on bad form, they're on good form. Both teams are on horrendous form right now, losing our opening three fixtures, both getting beat 5-0 to Man City in the process. So we have both teams need to turn it around and get a big result to kick off their season. In terms of their Norwich, the opposition player for them, the one to watch out for, of course, is Timo Pukki, the Finland striker who a couple of seasons ago when he came to the Premier League lit it up to start with and then kind of fizzled out. Well, we have to make sure that we keep him on the ropes because he can play football. He is an excellent striker. He has his day, and if his day is against Arsenal on Saturday, we could be in trouble. So we need to make sure we lock them down. The centre backs, whoever Mikel Arteta chooses to play, make sure we lock off Timo Pukki from the get go. So getting into team news now. Boys, it is finally good news. Gabriel is back. Partey is back. Ben White is back. The team is starting to come back together. That's core players in our side back from injury. It's about time, man. It's about damn time. Starting the season with like Holding Amari and Kolasinac playing. It's enough of that. We've finally got our established centre back and centre mid back in the game. Gabriel and Partey. There's our two main players, like spine of the team, right? Centre back, centre mid, starts probably our best in each position. Our best centre back and best centre mid were out. They're finally back. The bad news is Emil Smith Rowe is a doubt. It's always like one back, one gone, man. It's every single time this football club. He picked up. He's a bit ill. So he missed England under 21 match against Kosovo, and he's now a doubt for the game against Norwich, which is a big shame because Emil Smith Rowe was one of our better players to start the season. He's the best out of a bad bunch, to be fair, but he was looking good to start the season, so it's a big shame to have him out. So Odegaard needs to step up in terms of playmaking. Speaking of Odegaard, big shout out to him because he had an excellent game versus Gibraltar. Big game. I think he got man of the match, even though Erling Haaland scored a hat trick. He didn't get an assist or goal, but he played so well and made so many key passes that they still gave him man of the match. Imagine that. You got man of the match over someone else that got a hat trick in that game. Must have been a hell of a performance. So big shout out to Odegaard for that. Let's hope he carries that form into the Premier League starting this weekend against Norwich. So I'm not going to give my predicted lineup for the game. So in goal, I believe Ramsdale will start. There's a bit of rumours floating around, sorry, that Aaron Ramsdale has told his close friends and family that he believes Mikel Arteta will start him for this game after Leno conceded 5 against Man City. And you know what? I'd like to see it. I'd really like to see it. He's young. He's going to be the future. Why not give him a game? Why not give Ramsdale the start? He played well in the West Brom. Of course, it was their B team, but he's going to start some point. Why not now? So Ramsdale on goal for me. Right back, Tomiyasu, big boy. The deadline day signing, 6'2", absolute beast. Japanese right back, 5-star weak foot. Let's give him a game. And look, if we might as well just play our team that's going to go into the season. Eddie, of course, has his interview out during the international break saying, judge us when we have our full team together. Well, you have your full team now, so you might as well play them, Mikel. Don't have none of these excuses that you want to gel them in. Your full team is there. Get them in all in. So Tomiyasu, right back for me. Centre back, of course, Ben White, right centre back. Missed the last couple of games because of illness. I'm not sure if it was COVID related or not, but he was ill. So now he's back. And left centre back, welcome back, Gabriel Magalhaes. I think that's how you pronounce it. Gabriel, I'm going to call him. You know, we all know who we're talking about right here. The absolute beast from Brazil. Fortunately, he doesn't miss this game because Brazilian players are missing this weekend. He didn't go, so fortunately, we don't miss him for this game as well because that would have been an absolute nightmare. But he could play. Finally, can see a partnership between him and Ben White, what we've all been waiting for. We don't want to see a Ben White and Mari partnership. We don't want to see a Ben White and flipping Kolasinac partnership. We don't want to see a Mari and Holding partnership. We want to see a Ben White and Gabriel partnership. Those are our two centre backs. Then, of course, left back Kieran Tierney round off a very young defence, very young, all underneath the age of 24, I do believe. So great defence there, young potential. I'm liking looking at defence. Centre mid, welcome back, Thomas Partey. Yes. All right, centre mid, our CDM slash centre mid, Thomas Partey back in town. Finally, man, the geezer's always on the treatment table, but we can finally get him some game time and starting against Norwich. It's a good game to ease him back in because Norwich aren't the toughest of teams. Of course, left centre mid normally would be Granit Xhaka, I'd assume, but the man is suspended after his tackle against Man City. Whether you believe it was a red card or not, he is suspended, which means Lokonga, I believe, will take that place instead, which I like to see. Lokonga and Partey could be a partnership like in centre mid for years to come at this football club. For the next 2-3 years while Partey's still in his prime, I think them two could really play well together. Lokonga can learn off Partey, and he's a good ball carrier. Lokonga, my only problem is whether there's enough playmaking from that. If you're playing against Norwich, you need a lot of playmakers on the pitch. We don't really need two holding midfielders. But you know what? Worst comes to worst, we can sub on someone else instead. But yeah, Partey and Lokonga for me. Right mid, Pepe can come back into the team. Normally, I would play Saka there, but Emil Smith-Rowe is injured, so let's get Pepe on the right wing. Obviously, he missed the last game due to illness against Man City. So I don't know what's going on. There's an illness bug. I don't know if the Amazon people have got it as well, but illness floating around Arsenal training ground London Colney. But Pepe can play back. I think it's a good game for Pepe. He thrives off games against opposition like this where he can get the ball and make something happen with it. I think he struggles against games like against the Man City, Chelsea's. He looked a bit lost in those football games. But when he's playing against, like I remember last season against Brighton last day, West Brom he played well. He's likes these type of like lower skilled opposition because he really takes it to them. So Pepe right mid, Cam Martin Odegaard, our boy from Norway, fresh from his win against Gibraltar. Let's see him get. He's gonna have to be carry playmaking wise because if Emil Smith Rowe is out, he's gonna have to absolutely pull the strings from midfield, which I'd like to see. And left mid, our boy Bukayo Saka scored on his birthday, now 20. I can no longer call him the greatest teenager in the Premier League. I now have to call him the greatest 20-year-old in the Premier League. But yeah, Bukayo Saka, he's back. He scored, of course, on his birthday against Andorra, I do believe it was 4-0. Let's see him get some goals for Arsenal now because we haven't scored a single one. And of course, striker, our main man, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He scored his hat-trick against West Brom and did nothing against Man City. To be fair, he didn't really have a chance, but we need him to kick on now. We need goals from somewhere. To not score a goal in 3 games for Arsenal Football Club is absolutely horrendous. So we need goals from somewhere, and I'm hoping Aubameyang can provide that. So yeah, that's just been my team. My predicted score for this game, I believe, will be 2-1 Arsenal. I think we will win, but I think it will be tight. We have to win this game, don't get mistaken. I think Arteta's line is on the job with this month. I think if September goes well, we could see a new manager in October, sorry. So Arteta needs to start with a win here against Norwich. This is one of the easiest games you can get. Norwich at the Emirates. You won't get an easier Premier League game than this. So I'm expecting a 2-1 win. Let's start our season strong. I'm going to the game, of course. Let me know in the comment section down below your prediction for the game, as I said before. And if you get it right, I'll shout you out when I review the game after in Arsenal reviews. If you're not on there, please consider subscribing on my road to 600. And I'll catch you guys in the next video.